So where are we now?
This is the Hollywood Vedanta Temple. This place is really awesome. It's got a hipster history as well as a spiritual LA history. I got really interested in it because I heard that Aldous Huxley and his friends used to hang out here. Aldous Huxley, as you probably know, was an award-winning novelist. He was nominated for a Nobel Prize 7 times. He wrote Brave New World and a book that called The Doors of Perception, which was about his experiences taking mescaline. And he was a psychedelic pioneer as well as this world-renowned author. When he moved to Los Angeles, he's originally British. He started his spiritual search really in earnest, and he and his hipster friends used to hang out here at the Vedanta Temple studying the Vedanta, which is an offshoot of Hindu religion. The monks here wear robes and so on. And I had also heard that the spiritual energy here was really powerful. A guru named Adida had achieved enlightenment in the temple, this one we're looking at right here. So I thought, I need all the help I can get. I'm going to come check it out. So I walked into the temple, you take off your shoes, I sat down. The spiritual energy was so strong. I went into meditation, and when I looked at the time, 2.5 hours had passed. I went so deeply into meditation, I didn't even know. So it's strong. It's really strong here. And you can just come, and they leave the doors open anytime that they are open, and you can just go in and drink in all that energy. So it's just got this wonderful history with both sides of LA. You have the Hollywood crowd, because Aldous Huxley also wrote screenplays for Hollywood, and then you have this deep, serious spiritual search, all here together at the Vedanta Temple. You can hear the freeway from here. I mean, it's just this spiritual gem right next to the freeway. So it just seems so LA to me. So really deeply LA. You have the commerce and the hipster life, and then you have this deep spirituality hidden away.
It is hidden. It's like tucked, you take a turn on Ivar, you come to this dead end, and all of a sudden here's this temple. I mean, it's crazy that it's tucked away here.
And it's just calming to sit here, be here, drink in the spiritual energy. I named it one of the top 10 places in LA to feel the Shakti, the spiritual energy, just drink it in. It's as strong as energy as anything I felt when I was in India. It's amazing.
So, offshoot of Hinduism, do you know anything about this? Like, I don't know, how long this is, would you consider this a religion? How long this has been around?
It's definitely a religion. My understanding, which is not really complete, but it is, there's different interpretations of Vedanta, and this is one particular branch.
Okay.
And they have other temples around, but this is the Los Angeles center.
Got it. Okay. What's it look like inside? Because you've been in there. I mean, is it,
it looks kind of like a room with pews, just like in a kind of church I grew up in, just pews. And up front there is a little raised dais with curtains. And I was always like, what's behind the curtain? Like kind of Wizard of Oz, what's behind the curtain? And then one day I came in and they were having a ceremony, and they had drawn the curtains, and there were Hindu gods there, all very blitz, very bling, glitzy, beautiful gods. There was a monk, his chest was bare, and he was wearing a orange loincloth, and he was waving a conch shell, waving incense, singing prayers. It was quite amazing right here in the center of Hollywood.
So you said there's monks and nuns that live on this, I don't know if you call it a campus?
Yeah, up above the temple there's a place where they live.
Okay, and it looks like there's also a bookshop, there's some gardens.
The bookshop's pretty awesome. It's all spiritual books, of course. And so it's not open right now during COVID, but you can probably, it's kind of irresistible. If you go in there, you'll probably come out with something. Jewelry, books,
You name it, maybe a couple gemstones.
Exactly.
Why do you think spirituality is important, or people, turn to faith or some sort of spiritual calling?
I think it is something that we just have innately. We want to know why we're here. We want to know how to live a good life. We want to know what people before us have figured out about it. I think especially now in times of COVID, people are wanting to know what's the meaning of life when we see so much suffering around us, when our old ways are not available to us anymore. I think that we start wondering about the more philosophical, what things matter to us. What is the religion we grew up in? Does that still fit for us? If it does, great. If it doesn't, what else is available? It's one reason in my book I tried to cover just about everything, because there's so many paths, so many ways people have found meaning, so many ways they've gotten in touch with their heart, become more loving people. It's all very beautiful. I think it's just part of being human.
What do you hope maybe people get out of your book?
I hope that they find something that maybe if they're searching, they find something that they can go look into further. I hope I had a tone of respect for all religions and all paths. We have such a rich assortment in here in Los Angeles of different types of religions, ethnicities, and we want to welcome everybody. We want to open our hearts to all ways of knowing. Certainly by writing this book, I came to respect people who worship UFOs, people who build strange art things out in the desert because they're so spiritually moved to do it. And finding out that people have lived their lives this way, I think brings meaning and gives validity to our own search.
I was going to ask you, that looks like the Om symbol. Is that in fact an Om? Is that something, I guess in Vedanta, that has a special meaning?
That is the Om symbol, and that is in all of, I believe it's Sanskrit. It's actually the sign of the original sound, Om. And what's so interesting is in Christianity, right? In the beginning was the word. So you have the word and the sound. Those are both auditory expressions, that the beginning of creation was a sound, a word. It's so beautiful. It's just this way that all the religions are related. Even though there's many differences, there's also so many similarities.
I love it. Anything else you want to add, just about like our little trip, or just anything? I know I've asked you a lot, but
you'll have to edit this part out because you kind of caught me. Yes, I think that you can really enjoy what's in your own backyard. We can't really go anywhere right now, but we can take trips in our armchair travel, and we can actually, like you and I are doing today, drive around our fair city and find these little hidden gems that maybe we didn't know about before. The book's arranged in little tours, so you can take a west side tour, east side tour, just drive around and check out these places that are really fascinating to find out about.
I gotta ask you though, one last thing. What you could have maybe just written about these things, but the fact that you kind of put it in a travel guide, what maybe inspired you to do it in that way?
I had taken a little tour by Esoteric bus tours, and it was led by Maja the White Witch, and it hit a few of these spots, and I was like, this is fascinating. Maja, are you going to do more of this? Do you want to write this book with me? And she turned me down, and I just went to town. Instead of writing a little book, it became a bigger book because I found so many places. In fact, at one time I didn't think I was going to get this book finished because people just tell me, do you know about this place? Do you know about this place? Do you know about this place? It was fascinating. So I wanted to share with everybody so you can go check it out as well.